What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to TEC here for our middle school playoffs. We played through the entirety of the regular season. We got our final 6 teams locked in for Division 1 and 2, and we're ready to play some great series. My name is Llama77. Join with me in the cast booth here today is the one and only Tucker, the caster. Tucker, how you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic. I have never been more ready for some high-intensity Rocket League action coming at you from the middle school division. First match of the day, we got the 3-seed Fraser going up against the 6-seed West Green, where the winner gets a date with Chartiers Houston, the 2-seed.
Chartiers waiting for this matchup, but of course this is going to be a best of 5. Fraser has that seeding advantage, but we'll see, of course, if any of these players can come out swinging early. West Green is going to be in that West Green blue, Fraser in the red, so some good alternating colors here as they get out on the field.
It's the return of the FMS Xbox gang. So let's just see what these 3 consoles can get done. Early on, I see a Lightning McQueen on the West Green side. I believe that was Control that had that. Yeah, I'm excited to see that. It looks really good for them to start. And speaking of, there they go. It's the boxed out name with the first goal going to West Green.
Yeah, I think I loved calling them bars because they always drop bars on offense. They're able to pick up a nice little offensive opportunity and strike first, and I feel like that's so huge, Tucker, not only for the squad to get going early within the first 30 seconds, but as well for the squad just to, be the 6 seed and come out swinging against this 3 seed.
Yeah, Fraser's been one of the best schools in the middle school division, so to get that first goal is absolutely massive, but as we've seen before, it does not take long for Fraser to get cooking up. An awkward tuck from Bars leaves it wide open for Xbox 15K.
Yeah, 15, the striker of the offense that you talked about, has been a star of the show for most of the regular season, able to strike with that first goal, equalize out this game, and you love to see it here early from Fraser. You love to see a good series, and I'm honestly hoping we go to all 5 because, of course, there is no secondary chance or secondary life here in this playoff bracket, Tucker. If you lose, unfortunately, your season is over.
No double elim here. Looks like it's West Green driving down. Jacob nearly has an opportunity, and it just gets away from him. Zero Profit attempts to hit it up the wall. Nobody can quite go up for it, so Fraser going to wait for it to fall. There we see Xbox getting involved. It's a miss from Bars. Another team bump, but eventually Fraser is going to get it driving down the right way, but it's contested by Zero Profit and knocked off course. They're not quite able to make a play with it
just yet, but they're trying to follow up here. We'll see if they can get that counter attack, but it is going to be that Fraser middle school Xbox squad charging on attack. Xbox 3 looking at this one in the air with about 50 boost to play with, seeing if maybe they could steal away their opponents as well. 15 off the backboard. The touch was there, but just could not find the passing play. I love to see those opportunities early, though, and getting your teammates involved.
Xbox 15 pops it up, looking for a double tap. I respect the attempt, but it's a little bit off course. And there goes Zero Profit, met on it by FMS Xbox, driving straight for the Fraser goal, and Jacob James will make it happen and get the lead right back for West Green.
Yeah, you love to see Zero Profit contesting at that midfield line, allowing this, play to be created. Jacob James, right place, right time. The pass from the teammate is good. And now they've got a pretty good lead. That 2-1 is very nice. But as Fraser has shown us, Tucker, they can definitely score and come back in this game.
No lead is safe when we're talking about Fraser. So Bars is going to put a little bit more up. They know that. They know that no lead is safe, so they've got to keep striking if possible. And at the moment, it is 100% possible and probable. Bars has 2, and Lightning McQueen just keeps on putting it up.
That's very true. Keeps on winning those piston cups, so expect West Green to keep on scoring here for Fraser. They got half this game left to play. I would love to see them get this out of that defensive end and maybe get some of that offense that they love to show. 15 has had some close calls on that backboard, some of those double touch plays, but they're trying to go for it, and stealing away their opponent's boost is a good way to start out the drive.
Another awkward touch. Big scramble on the ball at the midway point. Eventually, it gets away. and Xbox 15 will pop it up, drives it up the wall, attempting an air dribble. Unfortunately, the ball gets away from them. Set up for Xbox 3, but it's way too high and wide. Now Xbox 15 has to fall back. This gives West Green an opportunity to get themselves back on the offense, but Xbox 15 immediately takes it away and puts it in the bottom right corner to cut that lead in half.
I love to see it. Again, the midfield contestant, and you said it, cutting that lead is so huge with 2 minutes-ish left on the clock, and who other than 15 to score their second goal of this game, looking for the hat trick. Very close to solidifying it as well. I'd love to see if they can maybe get something off the kickoff to tie up this game immediately. And as it goes, Xbox 2 puts a really good passing shot. Bars, good control there to put it towards the corner, allow the teammates to funnel on in, get those rotations, corner play, dangerous in front of the net here. Everybody flying over, and Zero Profit, what a fantastic save.
Set up yet again. Xbox 2 turns it around. Can't quite finish it. It's James that has to clear it out. And a double commit on the front line of West Green leaves it up for Frazier to get something going, but Zero Profit controlling it down. Jacob James getting it out of that main line and forcing FMS Xbox to break up their rotation with another shot coming in, and it's a hat trick eventually for Bars with the doubled up lead coming right back. 4-2 now.
Get the lead back. They get Bars. That hattie trick as all those hats fly on towards the field. Frazier has an opportunity to come back in this game. They got to score 2 more goals, though. Like you said, that lead recreated after that hat trick created up on that scoreboard. So 60 seconds to get the job done. 15 has definitely been a star in this game, but we'll have to drive down to the other side on no real time to play with. And right now, playing in the defensive end, West Green just playing keep away.
Game 1 is looking really good for West Green. Frazier has to strike back in these last 45 seconds, but they having a really hard time controlling this ball. Xbox 15 leading the charge, has a nice flick. It barely misses out, scraping along the top bar. One more setup, but it goes way too high. Nobody on Frazier can make a play with it. And if West Green can keep controlling how they are now, Game 1 is going to be theirs, no doubt about it.
100%. If they can keep playing this defense down the line, and if Xbox 15, if that shot goes in, it's a whole different story. But Xbox 2 flying out of the midfields here to get the job done off of the Xbox 15. Perfect pass that rolls into everybody. We've got a close game here, Tucker, with 16 seconds to go.
We can never count Frazier out. No matter where we are, what the score is, we can never count this Xbox gang out, because sometimes the kickoff just goes so perfect, but it's a big miss on the front line from Xbox 3, and 15 cannot get the control. Bars can't quite get up for it. Frazier has to keep it up, and it is going to touch the ground. It was a really close call for West Green, but the save on the back line at the last possible second holds them off for just long enough. West Green scraped by with Game 1.
Barely scraping by. The 1-goal lead is just enough for them to take the first game. They did get outshot in that game. I mean, Xbox 15 was really putting in the work to, get all the way around the court, find those defensive and offensive opportunities. But, of course, this is a best-of-5, Tucker. And like you said, you can't count Frazier out in a game. You can't count them out in the series. But a great start for West Green.
That it is. It really shows that they absolutely deserve to be here. Just because they were the scrape-by seed, they're the 6th seed, the lowest seed in the playoffs. They deserve to be here by beating a true contender in Frazier Middle School, which honestly coming into this was one of my picks to win the entire championship. And West Green won that game in a pretty convincing fashion. It wasn't like they got lucky on any of their goals. No, they earned every single goal that they made. Frazier just a step and a half behind, which was enough to get them by Game 1. But as this series goes on, I have a feeling Frazier is only going to rev up faster.
That is the danger, and look at this rev up off the backboard. Oh, the pass was almost there. You can definitely see Frazier as well is starting to get creative with some of these offensive opportunities, looking for those passes, looking to break up that defensive zone, but a little bit of that coagulation, bumping into each other, doesn't allow for that ball to go in. Long range shot there, and Xbox 15 almost doubles up on it. How about an extra shot there? But Frazier has to be careful, stepping too far forward. The goal is left empty. They aren't paid this time on the back end.
Two misses from West Green and Xbox 15. Gonna take that ball and get it out of the way of danger. Bars unfortunately sets it up for Frazier, but yet again, they cannot finish. A great touch from Xbox 15 to keep that ball at the midway point and deny an easy goal for West Green. They want to get a setup yet again, but none of these Frazier players are too sold on going up high in the air for it, which has been one of their success points in the regular season.
It really has. They control the air, they control the ground well, but how about this shot with the control, the passing play, and Bars striking first here once again. I gotta see it again, because look at that bounce pass off the back wall.
West Green is taking it to Frazier, and we were going to talk on it until Bars scored that absolutely amazing goal. But the reason Frazier has been so dominant is they have one of the best aerial players in the middle school division in 15K, but we just have not seen them go up for it that much. So yes, this player can score on the ground, but what really separates him from everyone else in the middle school division is he is a top 3 aerial guy in the entire league.
100%. Yeah, you can definitely tell they work around 15 well as well. So nice little shot there, by the way. Good recognition, just letting that one bounce on down and through. Xbox 3 on the pass, but tied up game. 3 minutes left to go here as Frazier gets back on this offensive end. We'll have to see if they can maybe pick up some boost and get this going. Would love to see them take a lead because, correct me if I'm wrong, Tucker, I don't think they've had a lead this entire series.
Well, now they have. We call that a caster's curse. Not necessarily a curse, but per se, but that's the term we're going to use. Xbox 15 immediately puts it in. Frazier puts themselves in the lead for the first time in this series. And West Green was doing a fantastic job of fighting off Frazier when they were either leading or tied up. But the story might change that they're trailing rather than leading.
Yeah, it definitely could. Now you don't get to really play your type of Rocket League. You got to play a little bit more aggressive to try and find these goals down the line. But I'm excited to see if Bars and Co can do it. But Xbox 15 just going to beat the entirety of the defense. They step too far forward. And Frazier not only has 3, but Xbox 15 has got a Hattie.
Doubled up on that lead. They have the lead, of course. They also have their insurance. That way, if anything goes wrong, they are still covered. And hopefully, for West Green's sake, they can make some problems arise, bring in a bit of mayhem. Looks like a walk-off, kick-off goal is going to be the mayhem that I was hoping for. And it's just a perfect bounce at the perfect time, nearly bumped out of the way. But just in the nick of time, they get that touch off. So they cut off the insurance, and they cut the lead down to 1.
And no more Geico Gecko here for Frazier. Only have to work across the 1 goal they have for the lead. West Green, though, you love to see a Bars, I feel like, is having already such a good series. We talked about West Green taking that first game, but now a double up for them. You can definitely see their kickoffs are good strategies, but 15, we talked about that aerial control. Every single time it goes up to the backboard, Tucker, 15 is at risk of scoring.
Save from FMS Xbox. A big team bump on the front line, nearly the goal line of Frazier Middle School. And that is a massive place to have a big skirmish. And it's going to end up in Frazier getting another goal from it. You simply can't have 2 of your players stuck in the opponent's goal at any given time, because things like that are going to happen. Zero Profit had to rush back. Bars and Zero Profit got mingled up into each other and just could not get away. And it leaves Frazier with a rather easy goal. And off the kickoff, they might get another one. Hold on a second. Bars. Very nice save, but still a scary, scary sight.
Yeah, Bars with the patience there could have made it possibly an uncomebackable game if West Green went down 3 there, but we'll have to see as they back up right back into the offensive zone, looking for some opportunities themselves. And also like what Frazier was doing on that previous play. You saw Xbox 15 going for that play after the play. The bump, how about another one here? Almost puts it in 1v3, but now Xbox 3 leading the charge, possibly creating those opportunities across this corner wall. But Xbox 3, a little bit of that tactical whiff, leaves it wide open for Xbox 15. Double touch, unfortunately not connected.
Another team bump from West Green. It's not what they want to see. In goes Lightning, taking it down, taken away by Jacob James. with a demo coming out, but Xbox 15 yet again clearing it up perfectly, and it is a walk-off. And you know the saying, cool guys don't look at explosions. Xbox showing themselves to be a cool guy. They hit it off, and it's immediately turn around, don't look at it.
Get away from that explosion and get yourself up by 3. How about this game from Frazier in response to what was such a close game number 1 between them and West Green? So loving the battle back here for them. We'll see if they can hold on to this lead, because we've seen crazier things happen than 3 goals in 50 seconds. So West Green definitely do not want to give up just yet. And, you know, they could, if they just get one of these goals here at the end, it could possibly give them some momentum to carry in towards the next part of the series.
Does not look like Frazier wants to give them any of that, though. Another miss. Rolls around while West Green gets their bearings back. There you see the 30-second mark. It's pretty safe to say that the comeback is out of the realm of possibility. However, a consolation goal is not. Xbox 2 beating everybody out, though. Xbox 15 can't quite get it done. It's a big bump. Oh, they can't do it. 15 will slide it right on in. Bars had a very nice idea. Jacob James had a beautiful demo as well. But in the end, Frazier was just a little bit too much. And FMS Xbox 15,000 scores their 5th on the game.
5th goal on the game, 1 away from the double hat trick for themselves. And you talk about it that Frazier was able to outshoot West Green in the previous game, but they weren't able to outscore them. This game, it's a much different story. They're able to quadruple their amount of shots, and they're also able to take some fantastic goals, really setting themselves up for victory. And what a response. I was saying this earlier, but after such a close game in game number 1, to come out like this, Tucker, is such a statement.
It really is, and this is what I was talking about. Frazier is going to take a little bit to rev up. Maybe before this game they didn't get as much time to warm up as they would have hoped. But game 1, it kind of showed they were a little sloppy around the corners, but game 2 was textbook Frazier, and I don't expect them to slow down at all. I expect West Green, if they want to take this series and move on to face Chartiers Houston, they're going to have to push up a lot. They need a big improvement. A beautiful team play from Frazier to start things off, though. And it's just so hard to push this team back when they do things like this. Whether it's planned or not, that is insane.
Yeah, that is such a great play, and another good one you feel like to just start off the game here for them. An early lead is going to feel so good. The question is, will they be able to hold on to it? Because although this is really nice, you don't want to throw your whole playbook at them right at the start. So still about that full 5 minutes left on the clock. There is still that availability for that response goal to come through, and Zero Profit trying to lead the charge here, maybe across the backboard, where Xbox 15 doing a really good job. We talked about this before. You always want to carry that ball above the crossbar if possible, to not give those opponents a chance to score.
It's from Xbox 15, and Xbox 3 hits it a little too thin, and it's booted down by the West Green side, but controlled by Frazier yet again, making sure it doesn't get too bad. Team bump, Zero Profit nearly sliding it into the goal. A really thin angle, they got to be careful with that, but they get away with one this time. Another team bump from Frazier, and they're starting to step on each other's toes. They were really warmed up, and all of a sudden, they're starting to step on each other's toes, getting in each other's way, and things are starting to look a little bit sloppy from Frazier. They're still moving incredibly fast, but West Green is starting to push themselves into making mistakes, or push Frazier into making mistakes, and it's not taking that much.
It really isn't. They're going for those bumps, they're going for those demos, and forcing those mistakes and causing some of those miscommunications from the Frazier side. I will say Frazier still looking dangerous as Xbox 2 puts one off the bottom crossbar here. And again, Xbox 15 with these perfect passing plays pulls all 3 members to the right side of the goal.
Fantastic goal, double commit from Frazier, but they get away with one now. And I feel like this might just be a harsh reality for West Green. Frazier playing sloppy is still enough to get the job done. Oh, are you kidding me? That was the goal to put themselves back in arm's reach, and Bars can't quite get out of the way. It just rolls right off of him for an own save. One more time, Bars can't get the finish. It's too high yet again. And this backboard is being the sworn enemy of West Green right now. This is a horrible horrible way for everything to fall down. Eventually, they will get the goal, but man, they should have had at least 3 of them by now. That is heartbreaking for West Green.
Definitely is. At least they'll get the one here from the connection from Zero Profit and Bars. 3 shots from Bars in this game, like you said, a couple of them going awry, but that's okay as long as you're getting that offense. We talked about Frazier maybe, struggling a little bit at the start of this game. They still do have that lead advantage, which is always nice. Xbox 3, I feel like we're always talking about, Xbox 15 making these crazy shots, but Xbox 3 I feel like has done such a good job of, setting up their teammates as well, making sure they can get those passing plays, but Xbox 15 definitely putting in the pressure as well.
For sure. Nearing that halfway mark, it's still Frazier with the lead, but it's only by 1, so they don't have as much insurance as they want to, and they don't have as much insurance as they did in Game 2. A really nice shot from Zero Profit, unfortunately just a little bit wide. Saved it out from Jacob James, and another double commit from West Green. Leaves it up straight to the center for Frazier. They can't quite get the finish off of it. And Xbox 15 has another play in mind, and West Green reads it all the way through, booting it back down to their side of the pitch. Nearly slips it into the goal, but it's a little too far to the left side, and it rolls off the corner. A fantastic double demo from FMS Xbox 3, and that gives them a whole lot of time to work with something. Xbox 15 goes up, nobody misses, and the ball finally starting to slow down.
Slowing down just a little bit, but I like that double demo play. Gives you some extra space on that back end here, but as it continues to go on through, Xbox 3 is going to have to rotate back, pick up some boost as they do, off towards that midfield line where it bounces. Xbox 15K puts that one off towards the corner. Now 70 boost to work with. We've seen this play. We've seen the passing before. Pops it up, but this time the defense holds their patience, plays some really good saving, but Xbox 15 is not done just yet. 40 boost to work with, but it's bouncing for Xbox 2. Jacob James, a massive clear.
And it's another beautiful save from Xbox 15. One more setup, looks for the finish. Jacob James can't get the finish. It's another shot that is an absolute heater straight to the backboard. Leaving this game with 1 minute to go. James looking to wait that ball out, but gets smacked all the way back home. And it is cleared away back out to the West Green side with another setup from Frazier, but it's a little too wide. Double commit, one more finish. Zero Profit gets the better of it, does not have the boost to get around it, so they have to center it up and hope that their teammate can make a play with it. But Xbox 15 denies any control whatsoever. It's another touch, and it's another goal. This time, it's the first of their game, but that is a team hat trick, 1 goal for each player on Frazier, and it looks like that's going to be the end of Game 3.
West Green has something to say about it here in the final 22 seconds. Maybe, just maybe, they can find a pair of goals. Of course, West Green in this game out shooting Frazier, but just haven't had the 100% accuracy there just yet. We'll see if they can do it off the kickoff. It looks like Frazier with the early control. Xbox 15 trying to bump it on in, but Bars may have a 1v2 down the line. Unfortunately, they're not going to have their card to work with. Back towards the mechanic shop after that demo. Under 5 seconds, and this game is all but over. Bouncing to the ground, Frazier puts themselves on series points.
Frazier wanted to get one more before the game ended as well. Unfortunately, they were cut off by the Rocket League clock. You know, it is a big savior, but it is also a big damper in your plans depending on who you are and what position you're in. But bringing it back to the basics, yes, this series is on match point. Frazier have won the last 2 in a row. They only need to win 1 more. West Green has got to win these next 2. And with how Frazier played that game, they did not play as good as they played in Game 2. They did not play half as good as they did at some points during the regular season. They still won by 2. They still won by an incredibly, I guess, one-sided margin. Like, the score might not have been that big. It was only 3-1, a 2-goal lead. But just the control of Frazier, and yeah, West Green had more shots, but none of the shots really did anything.
And they found the one goal. They had such an amount of shots, though. I think that's what scares me going into this next part, the next game, the next game of the series, is that if you let West Green get 6 or 7 shots at you every single game, I don't think your defense is going to be able to save it every single game. So you just have to be a little bit careful. Like we said, clean up some of those rough spots. And once you do that, if you can take this game, again, Char Tears waits for you, that second seed, looking in the next round of playoffs. But you got to be careful to not go to game 5 and give over that momentum that you're holding on to.
And one thing that's scary for me on the West Green side is Frazier did not play that last game as good as we've seen them, and they still won that game by quite a margin. It was only 2, but that game should have absolutely gone to West Green, which is a very scary thing to go into match point on the other team for if you are West Green. So hopefully they can tighten up, maybe deny Frazier a couple more shots than what they did in the last game. And hopefully we get to see game 5, but we're going to need to see a lot out of this West Green side.
To see a lot here into this 4th game, but you also have to credit, they were getting some good shots, they were getting some bumps and demos. Not only they were throwing off that opponent mindset, but getting some great opportunities of their own. Xbox 2, though, is going to send this one all the way down the court, kind of catching all the offense too far forward and contest that 50-50, and pass from the teammate is beautiful.
And the timer gets turned on. T-minus 4 minutes and 12 seconds until West Green season is over. It's up to them to turn that timer off, smash it with a hammer, just do something to stop the ticking, because they know what situation they're in. They need to score if they want to save their season. And with that ball blindly rolling straight for the blue net, it does not look good, but a couple of demos come out and the tides turn, and eventually this ball gets cleared out from the danger zone. But it's immediately put back on. Oh my goodness, what a shot from FMS!
A shot. What a play there, and I love to see it. The aerial control, like we've talked about time and time again. Zero Profit, unfortunately, just could not find the angle. How about 2 here for Frazier early off in this game? West Green, so much time left, though, and we know Bars, and we know the whole team is looking to end their season on a high note. They are going to battle for every single second, every single possession in this game. So, Frazier, you cannot get complacent. You cannot give them any space just yet.
Double commit from the West Green side. Bars, though, still in a place where they can make something happen with the ball. And it's immediately taken away yet again by Frazier. A shot put on point, but there's no way for that one to go in. Eventually the ball starts to slow down. West Green starts to get their bearings back under themselves. Zero Profit wants to go up for it, but they know they don't have any boost. And that's going to give Frazier a really good route back to the West Green net. And they almost have the finish, but Zero Profit darts in to save.
I gotta say, Zero Profit is having such a great series defensively. Boxes is gonna put that one up towards it, but unfortunately a little bit too high, a little bit too dry. Zero Profit off the backboard. The rotations denied once again. Frazier on the defensive side, really good in that spatial awareness to make sure there isn't those second, third, fourth opportunities, and they immediately get those counterattacks, denying any sort of possession from West Green.
Halfway point is reached, and the clock is only getting louder from here on out. Xbox 15 attempts to go up for it, but unfortunately they don't have quite enough boost to make it happen. A ceiling play attempt, but it is bailed on by Xbox 3. Did not trust themselves enough. Looked like they were on target to make that play happen, though, so not sure why they bailed off. Another shot Xbox 15 puts up. But both of these teams are having problems with finding the net. They are putting a lot of shots on board, but the net just seems a little bit too small. I think we need to make these backboards and these sticks a little bit smaller, because these teams can't avoid them.
Yeah, we got to make the goals bigger here, of course. That would be really, really nice. Especially for me in my ranked games, that would be nice, because I always seem to, fall victim towards that backboard or that horizontal steak as well. But that 1:30 left to go here. West Green, definitely the chance to come back. 1:30 is so much time in Rocket League here. Zero Profit, we talked about that defensiveness. Oh, what a nice stop there. And unfortunate that it doesn't roll on in, but they're not done yet. The rolling shot, it is unfortunately not there, but you know what, that's okay. Jacob's in the corner trying to grab some boost, and Xbox 15 with the clear.
Nobody there to defend. They wait. Oh, they should have waited a little bit longer. They would have had that goal, but it's still very dangerous for West Green. A 50 that is lost by Frazier, and it started to boot back down to the West Green side. Yet again, setting it up. It's Xbox 15 to clear it on out. No goal just yet. They're going to wait for it to go, and they slam it on in with a massive right-to-left flick back. 3-goal lead with less than a minute to go, and the life is starting to dwindle.
Is for Frazier. You'll love to see Xbox 15 once again hit that 7th shot of the game, the 2nd goal here in this 4th one. And like we said, Frazier is only 1 game away from solidifying themselves. West Green, though, we have seen that offense, and you can never count them out. 40 seconds is enough time to score 3 goals, and for Frazier, do not get complacent just yet. Barr's going to be able to carry this one, maybe leaving it for the teammate. Xbox 3 able to pop it right behind him. Xbox 15, maybe a passing play. The teammate was there, and I just love this stall out for time they're creating.
That's all they need to do. They don't need another goal. They just need to stall out, and if you get the chance, you might as well take another goal. That's going to be the finish. It's FMS taking the game and the series. 4-0 is the score right now. We might see more, we might see less, but that's going to be the end of West Green here. The 6th seed barely slipping into the playoffs, going up against Frazier, one of the titans of the middle school division. And in the end, Frazier was not going to lose this game.
And that first game was hotly contested. The series, a lot of back and forth. You have to give it to West Green. I mean, what a fantastic regular season for these players, and excited to see them improve, play some more, and maybe come back to the playoffs in the next season. But you talked about it, Frazier heating up throughout the series. They are now able to move into that next round of playoffs. Chartiers, though, is no easy feat for them to beat so easily, so I think that's going to be an exciting matchup.
No, this is another one of the titans in the middle school division. I feel like Frazier and Chartiers could absolutely be the grand final in its own, but that's why we have a bracket. We have to see for sure. In my opinion, I don't think it gets much better than Frazier versus Chartiers, but we're going to be able to see that at the TEC. But for now, that's all we have. Talking about the series a little bit more, Frazier, they had a really slow start. I just think that they didn't get their warm-up in. Yeah, that's literally it.
Yeah, they warmed up in that game 1 for sure, and it was very close. I mean, you have to give it to West Green. They gave them that warm-up because they were playing so well. They were challenging them on the defensive side, making sure they got those, rotations in as well. And it's kind of crazy to me, Tucker. I know we say this after every single series, but the talent down here at the middle school level that is, preparing to go up to that high school level that has already so much skill. I mean, they're 10 times better than anything I could do.
Exactly. And that's the thing about it, is these players are so talented, and when it comes to the high school level, they're all going to shoot up because you're going to get access to a lot more resources, and you're going to get access to a lot more playing time. So these players, I'm sure they're probably like the plat diamond level right now. 2 years in high school, they could easily be GC. Like, Xbox 15 is insane. The potential on this guy is absolutely unmatched by, in my opinion, anyone in TEC.
Yeah, I think so as well. I mean, you talked about that aerial control, really, and it's not only that they're a good aerial player, but they play exactly like Pigby or Exuavo in Division 1, where they have that great, fantastic aerial control, but they also are very selfless. They're able to pass to the teammates. They know when they can bait out those enemy players, and it's just so nice to see. But, of course, that isn't the only matchup we are going to have on the day. We do have one more playoffs matchup. It is Gable Catholic versus California Area. California Area, of course, the 2 seed up in Division 1 playoffs. They have that Exuavo player. I feel like that's such a good kind of, captain to lead this middle school team, or is coaching them on the sidelines.
Yeah, for sure. And like you said, we do have one more matchup, though. A big GGs to West Green. Congratulations on an amazing season. And of course, congratulations on Frazier to making it to the next round of the playoffs. But make sure that you do not go anywhere. We have more Rocket League coming up in just a few moments. You're not going to want to miss it. The first match was a banger. The second one's going to be a banger. So don't go anywhere. Gable Catholic versus California area coming up after the break.
And we're back after that short break, still here at the Esports Company Middle School Playoffs. And unfortunately, we do have some unfortunate news. It does look like Geibel Catholic was unable to field their team here today just for some miscommunication purposes. Unfortunately, they will be disqualified from playoffs. That means California will be moving on in to face that #1 seed. And obviously, with playoffs being next week, unfortunately, there is no time to reschedule. So California did show up. Congratulations to them, and excited to see them moving forward.
Yeah, this is absolutely a team that deserves to make the second round of the playoffs, but at the same time, Geibel Catholic is one of those teams that has a lot of potential behind them, and this was a match that could have gone either way, and I was incredibly excited to watch it. So to have the miscommunication issues happen at such an awkward point in the season is really, really heartbreaking for the kids over at Geibel Catholic, but unfortunately, we don't have any time. So it has to be what it has to be. California area are going to get their spot in the second round where they will face off against Bishop Guilfoyle.
Like you said, a team that definitely deserves it, but this series was probably going to go towards 5. I'm not going to lie. Every single game probably going to be needed to decide it. But for Geibel Catholic, of course, there is always next season. That's the nice thing to look forward to. In February, they can, take this time, this extra little bit of time in the offseason to go back, look at those VODs, look at all those improvements, and hopefully field that middle school team in the next match as well.
Yeah, once again, it's an incredibly talented roster, and I truly think out of all of the series in the entire middle school division, that's the one to go to 5. Like, no doubts about it. Those teams are incredible. They're incredibly close as well, so it's not going to be a stomp either way. But things happen. It's not what we wanted, but unfortunately, it's what we're going to get. So we have our second matchup of the playoffs scheduled. I believe it counts as a semifinal next week. So it's going to be Bishop Guilfoyle versus California area, as well as Fraser versus Chartiers Houston, which are going to be 2 fantastic matches. I cannot wait to watch them. And I hope you can't wait to watch them either, because they are coming up right here at the Esport Company on Twitch, or maybe Tech High School Group, one of the two. Make sure you follow both. That way you never miss out on any of the Esport Company shenanigans.
You definitely shouldn't. You can't miss out on any of them. And you also got to make sure you follow the Twitter as well and all of the other social medias they are posting on. Of course, they've been doing those top 5 plays. I'd love to see those and love to see the spotlight on some of the different kids here. Of course, next week, I don't think we'll have any other games other than those middle school Rocket League semifinals, because we already have our playoffs decided for not only Valorant, Rocket League, and Overwatch, but, we are talking about that in-person land. The grand final is on Saturday. It is going to be a lot of fun to see who the champions are crowned, and then these players get some time in the offseason, Tucker, to learn some from their mistakes and improve to the next season.
Yeah, of course. If you're able to watch it, make sure you tune into the Twitch. If you're close to the area, come out and see it in person. You can watch, but unfortunately, we don't get a second match. That's all we have time for today. So we have our semifinal scheduled. Make sure you come and watch. I don't know which way you are. There you are. This has been Llama77. My name has been Tucker Haynes. Make sure that you keep up with all of the Esport Company shenanigans on Twitch, on Twitter, and all of that other social media stuff. That's all we got for you today. Make sure that you have a wonderful rest of your day. Stay hydrated also.